Hey guys, so sorry about that. My freaking Hey Daniel, sorry about
Hey,
that.
sorry. Oh, it's okay. I guess you probably from my. Sometimes my service gets bad over here too.
No, it was so strange. The phone just like shut down on me.
Oh,
That
really?
was really weird. Yeah, it wasn't even dying. It was just shut down.
Oh,
But
that's cool. But yeah, we can wrap it up when you're ready. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good event. I mean, we have quite a few people already telling us that they're going to go, so looking
oh
forward
yeah,
to it.
100%. I'm really really excited to just be able to help everybody and like you said, meet everybody in person and answer a lot of their questions because I feel like a lot of people have questions that people just don't normally want to answer online, and just being able to hear everybody else's questions. You might have something that you never even thought of asking,
Yeah,
right? And like you had mentioned earlier, just being able to network with everybody can open opportunities for working with one another in different states. Meeting your mentors, meeting your friends. Let me tell you guys something. This is not a lie. Okay, before I started my cleaning business, I had a bunch of fake friends, right? Like people I'd go party with, hang out with, but they were not really going anywhere in life. Thankfully, when I started my business, my mentor told me, like, you have to just cut everybody off. And I did it because I had to focus on making money. Then I kept growing the business and then I kind of got like lonely, right? Because I'm like, now I have no friends.
yeah,
I have no friends. So, hey David, so what I started to do was reach out to people online that own cleaning businesses, like such a dork. I
yeah,
was like literally messaging people on Instagram and stuff like, "Oh, hey everybody, like, you want to talk?" And now like some of my best friends own cleaning businesses. So,
yeah.
it is um it's a blessing to be able to meet people in the industry that not only want to help you but that you can actually get along with and be able to like relate to a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And it's cool because everybody
yeah.
has different personalities, but like I said, now in 2025, anyone that I consider a friend, but except for maybe like three or four people long time, they
Mhm.
own cleaning businesses.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
They
I've met the best some of my best friends from networking. I mean, and best business partner. So yeah, it's definitely game changing to be
oh
out
yeah.
there and just take time for yourself to go see what other people are doing. Because I mean, even if you're just getting started with the business, what motivates most people the most is seeing other people do what they're trying to accomplish. It's one of the most motivating things you can do. I mean, honestly, if you go anywhere else, you can go to I don't know. You can watch conventions online, but if you go meet people in person that are actually doing well with the business you're trying to grow, then yeah, it's game changing because then you can go back home and feel confident that you're doing the
Oh
right
yeah.
thing and spend the time doing it right. You're not just jumping all over the place because we'll tell you exactly what we're doing to scale and not have to work and have another job. Because I didn't create this business to have another job. We
No, me
created it
neither.
to be able to run itself. We can do whatever we want on our end. Obviously, I spend my time doing real estate and just spending time with my family. I golf a lot. I don't really spend any time with the cleaning business, so it's definitely
Yeah,
an awesome business to start growing and automate. So I think a lot of people
100%.
that are wanting to get it going, they should definitely be there for that reason alone. It's because it's going to be
Absolutely.
able to give them real life, guidance in situations that we were dealing with since day one.
No, 100%. Like Daniel mentioned, the first cleaning event that I went to, it was actually in Chicago. It was Ricky Regalato's Cleaning and Cocktails. And at that time, I didn't. Sorry, April, my phone had died, so we had to start another live. But I had no idea where I was going or why I was going, but I knew that I needed to talk to people in the cleaning industry and I knew I needed to learn more.
Yeah.
And when I went there, I was still a solo cleaner. I was still in the business. But when I went to this event and I looked around and I was like, wait a minute, there are people that look like me. There are people that are no special than I am. They don't have anything special degrees and they're making millions and millions of dollars, right? And they had kind of like the same story, started off with nothing, built it up from the ground up.
No
And
college.
yeah, no college, backgrounds, criminal backgrounds, all kinds of stuff. And I'm just like, wow, I'm like, I can do this. And when I left that trip from Chicago, I took everything that I had, I implemented it, but it also gave me this sense of like, I can do this, right?
Yeah.
And it fueled me to take, my business and my personal to the next level. So just to answer some questions, Mireya Reyes, you need a mentor? Message me, girl. Message me. Luke and Daniel also have an awesome sales program. Go ahead and give us a reach out to either one of us. We'll be super happy to mentor you, help you grow your business. Stephanie, where do you find them? So these friends that I found were from going in
Mhm.
person, going to these networking events, right? Um, yeah, like I would talk to people online and be like, hey, like there's this cleaning event, like we should go. We'd meet
Mhm.
there, and
Yeah.
then we were friends. And then the cool thing is that I've met my mentors in person, people that I would never expect to want to help me. Shout out to Daryl Bettler from Keep It Clean. I met him at a cleaning and cocktails, and he took me under his wing for 2 weeks. I flew out to Chicago and I got to work with him. And had I not gone to that one networking event, I would have never met him. If I would have never went to that networking event, I would have never met my best friend Mila, the host keeper. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have gotten introduced to you and Luke in person. You still would have just been
Yeah.
somebody on YouTube that I watch.
Yeah.
So, guys, you have to get out of your comfort
Yeah.
zone.
Well,
You got to get out of it.
even people that aren't online and doing what we do, like helping other people around the world, people that aren't doing that, they benefit a lot from going to these events too. Like I met a lot of people like just through the partnership that if they didn't go to the event, they would have never met us. We've won, people 100,000 plus worth of contracts. Like the guy that we met at where did we go in Denver that you were there too?
I
Whose event
know.
was
I've
that?
seen you like 8 times this
Yeah,
year.
it was
we
somebody's
were
event,
we were
oh, the
at
Cleaning
the cleaning
Profit guy.
profits.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
cleaning
That was a
profits.
good event,
That
and
was a good event.
we met a lot of people that we ended up partnering with, and this guy alone, from Denver, Edgar, I mean, we've been with him since that time we went. Like, he signed up the next month. It's been, like, 5 months of working with him, and, like, we're locked in. Like, we're actually partners in business and stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's huge. You can actually, make great partnerships while being at these events.
Oh
Um,
yeah. I
and I'm
love
not
it.
saying that, we're game changing or anything, but I'm just saying, like, as far as, like, being somewhere that you normally don't wanna be,
Wouldn't be.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's, definitely game changing to put yourself in those positions.
And then something I want to say too for like those that are watching, it doesn't matter if you haven't even started your cleaning business yet. It doesn't matter if you're in debt right now with your cleaning business. Like when I started going to these events, I had just started, like I said, I was cleaning homes. But nobody cares, right? Nobody's going to be like, "Oh, I'm not going to talk to you. You're still a solo cleaner." Or, "Oh, nobody gives a shit." So, no matter what size you're at in your
Yeah,
business, if you want to just learn more, because every year things do advance too, right? Like, yes, you can continue to do the same things, of course, but there's always something that we can always learn a little bit more of. So, if you want to learn more, if you want to connect with people, if you want to meet,
yeah. If you're
uh,
the business owner, you definitely wanna be there doing it, and then that way you can eventually bring your employees and the people that you're gonna pass the business down. Like, it's gonna be game changing for you. Some Fresh Start asked, "Can y'all go into what you run? Do y'all have multiple cleaning businesses in different locations, or do you manage them yourselves or hire managers?" So, for me, I have a business over here in Dallas. Just we simply work in Texas alone, so we don't really have many different locations, but we do have like job sites that we're working at all times. Like we have different commercial contracts in different
right,
cities. We probably, I would say, we're at about a 70-mile radius. But recently, what Caroline is mentioning, we pretty much started partnering with other people around the states. So we have sales partnerships with people where we actually just manage their sales. I don't have people on site, so I feel like anybody, like, we try to do the whole franchising thing where we can grow my business in Dallas and different areas, and we make majority of the contract, and we're pretty much franchising, like, citywide or Janie King.
right,
And I went through that whole process when it was like year 5, and it was just a huge headache because as you can see, Janie King and all them struggle all the time keeping contracts because they just don't have people on the ground that they can actually trust. And they're giving the business to just anybody and everybody that
right.
applies for a business.
And they're
So they're
bidding
not,
to win, right? They're
yeah,
not bidding. They're not
they don't
bidding to
make
pay
any
the
money.
contractors, right?
Yeah,
They're
I've
not.
already met so many of them that already have Janie King franchises, and they don't, like, they're struggling, and they're doing it on their own already on the side. So it's
That's what I
just,
did.
yeah, it's just like, yeah, I mean, so I think, we don't do that. We try to stick to our location. I think you should definitely stick to your area unless you have
Yeah,
family members in different areas, best friends maybe in different areas. I know a lady that has her and her best friend have a commercial cleaning company in both their states because they travel back and forth a lot. and they do really well, but they have someone on the ground,
Yeah, they have
you
boots
know, at
on the
each.
ground. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's what we
definitely.
do.
Yeah, same here. So we have the one cleaning business. We do operate mainly in New Jersey. We do have some accounts in New York, but that's because I'm literally on the outskirts of it. And we work with subcontractors, so we don't really have to hire like managers or anything like that. We work with
Same.
other cleaning
Yeah,
companies
and
that
we'll
we
dive
trust.
into this too more. Like
Yeah.
I dive into this a lot with all of our partners because they're all, kind of unknown of unsure of what to how to structure it properly if you're trying to get it to like 100 to 200 contracts. And subcontracting, you definitely want to try to structure that in the business because if you have 200 plus employees, it's going to be pretty tough,
Yeah. To
especially
manage.
in this industry. Yeah, people don't want to work for two, three
No.
years cleaning. If they're making 50, 60,000 a year, we hire subs that they're making 300,000 a year. Like they're making a lot of money, and this is what they work for. Like they want to do this, and they want to manage 10, 20 clients for us. They have their people are making 50,000 a year. So it's like we wanted to get into that to subcontracting so we can scale and
Yeah,
serve more
exactly.
people.
And
Yeah,
we're definitely going to get into that at the
yeah.
event in Miami, you guys. We're going to talk about how you can, grow your cleaning company um a little bit in a faster manner, I would say.
Oh, for
Uh
sure.
yeah, old no, I won't say, listen, there is no right or wrong way, right? There is no right or wrong way. We're not here to tell you to do one thing or the other, but we're just going to tell you our based on our own experience. And I can tell you I've done them both. I had 18 W-2 employees cleaning homes for me. I had all the office staff. I had all that.
Yeah,
Something happened in my business where my partner ended up leaving and I just did not want all the responsibility. Um, and I also had like this weird thing like, oh, subcontracting, that's not, no, it's actually has changed my business. I'm able to be on live right now.
yeah,
Right? Like I
yeah.
don't
So the training.
I'm not getting phone calls, I'm not checking my phone, I'm
Yeah,
not like trying
yeah,
to train somebody and dealing with that kind of stuff. But we're definitely going to be talking about the subcontracting model. We're going to talk about how to get more clients. We're going to talk about how to get, other people to partner with you in different areas. We're going to be talking about systems. And of course, we're going to be answering so many questions in person. April had mentioned, I'm afraid of rejection to going to these events, especially to the Spanish one, because I lack speaking Spanish, so I felt a bit out of place. But I would love to join future ones. Absolutely, and I totally understand that.
yeah.
And I will say this: not everybody, not everybody is warm and welcoming, and not everybody is meant to be your friend either. And I just say that to say, like, so we will get rejected sometimes from people, but that's just because we're going through and looking for the right people to connect with, right? Even myself, I've personally reached out to people and have asked for help, or I've met people in person and I've tried to connect, right? And
Oh
sometimes
yeah,
it doesn't happen.
I've met different groups. Like I've gone to way more
Right.
than just cleaning, networking events. And there's events that I'll go and I'll like never go back because they're
Exactly.
just like
But
so
I can tell
boring
you
and rude.
from experience, like Daniel and I have been to like maybe we've probably seen each other like 6 or 7 times since last year. In the last 12 months, we've been to multiple cleaning events.
Yeah,
We're very laid back, we're relaxed, we always have a good time. We're
yeah,
all business, but we're not stuck up or anything like that. Very welcoming. And again, it doesn't matter where you're at in your business, like we're here to help you. We're not
yeah,
here to judge. And we just really want to see everybody win. And that's
yeah,
another reason why like I really love working with you, Daniel, because before I even got to meet you in person, like you were already doing your thing and you've been helping other cleaning businesses owners scale, get off the
yeah,
ground. And you help people for free, right? Like there's not a
yeah,
lot of people like yourself and myself who dedicate our time to
yeah.
helping strangers on the internet.
100%. We got a good question. How long did it take y'all to move from side hustle to business? Did you wait to apply for an LLC, insurance, etc., solo worker? So that's a good question. My first year, I'll give you my first year rundown. I pretty much really quick.
Yeah.
It was a side hustle at first because I was in college. I was trying to be an engineer, and I was trying to go make 200,000 a year. That was the goal because I didn't really have much guidance at the time. I was pretty young, 21 years old, I think. So I started my cleaning company 22, as a side hustle, and I picked up the phone. I was calling 100 people a day, and within the first 3 or 4 months, I got about like 20, 30 not 20, 30 contracts, 20, 30 walkthroughs. Out of those 20, 30, I probably closed about like five of those. And so out of my first five contracts within 6 months, I was making okay money. I was doing a lot of the cleanings ourselves. Me and my
Right.
wife were doing most of the cleanings. And I would have, different people, different helpers that would come every once in a while. She was busy because at the same time, we were also having a kid. So it was
Mhm.
like the first year was just super hectic. We had a new baby on the way, very little money, going to college. And so I just picked up the phone. And with those five contracts, I was already making like $6,500.
He might have froze, or it's me. Can you guys hear him, or is it just me? I think he might have froze. But I will actually I can go and I can answer as far as how long it took me to move from side hustle to business. So okay, he did freeze. All right, so he'll be joining back in. Um all right, so he'll be joining back in. Let me just send him a Okay, I was able to send him a message, so he'll be jumping right back on. Well, for me, so it wasn't really a side hustle because at the time, I didn't have a job and I was really desperate to make this cleaning business work. Oh, there he
Sorry,
is.
sorry
Go
about
ahead.
that.
Sorry. No, you're good. Go
Uh,
ahead.
but no, yeah, yeah, it was about, I was the first 6 months, I won five contracts, and there were one was a event center, and one was a conference center, and they both did pretty much the same thing because I was targeting like wedding venues for some reason at the time, and so I got a couple event centers, I got a church. They were all paying about like 1,500 to 2,000 a month. There were a lot of them that were I was calling were those type of locations, daycares and events, places that they needed cleaning, and I was doing that 100 calls a day. So within the first 6 months, got that 6,500. We were doing all the cleans, so I could save up money. So we could eventually buy our own home because at the time we were at an apartment, and like I said, we were doing all the cleans alone. So it was like probably about, I think we were cleaning 6 days out of the week. I think there was like only one day, if I can remember right, that we didn't have to clean. So during the evenings, we would go do the cleanings and do all that, pocket all the money, and then from there, the next 6 months, I just kept doing the cold calls, and we were doing it at the same rate, and I was able to close even more. I was closing quite a few more. And once I got the rundown on what I should price, proposal, all that stuff, they started all like coming in like crazy. So the first year, I ended up with like around 20 reoccurring contracts. Um, yeah, yeah, it was really good. Well, at the time, if you think about it, like 2000, I would say, what year was that? Probably 10 years ago. So yeah, I mean, it was easier to get contracts, I would say, back then than it is now, because it's just like now the commercial cleaning industry is starting to get popular. People are seeing how much people are actually making. Yeah. So now, I mean, I just hear it all the time. People that I've used to talk to about my business, they're asking me, hey, how can I start a commercial cleaning business? So I see it, the popularity growing within the industry completely. And that's why I got into the whole, commercial cleaning blueprint, industry, because I think opening that, helping other people grow the business is pretty easy, and it doesn't take that many contracts to make the money that I was making, which I would never expect to make from a cleaning company. But when I tried to get into residential and realized it was pretty tough, and the cleans were super super different than just commercial cleaning, I, quickly decided just to dive all into commercial. So, I mean, I did for the first year, we did probably 75% of the cleans. And then the rest I subbed out to places that I didn't want to do. Like we had one spa that I hated cleaning because they just had like 50 trash cans. It was just so annoying to clean that place, but they would have us going there like 4 days a week. So imagine all the trash cans that I took out. It was just
Oh my
insane. It's
God.
just it's just ridiculous. So it's like I'll never doing that place again. So we hired out a few different locations, but yeah, within the first year, 20 contracts, and
That's
I mean, I
awesome.
was profiting over 10,000 a month my first year, but I was doing, like I said, 100 calls a day,
Right.
every single day, unless I was sick or obviously couldn't do it. But Monday through Friday, I was doing 100 calls a day, and then as soon as the year ended, is when I started hiring like literally all that out, the admin,
Yeah.
stuff. The I started actually paying for a website. Like I didn't have
Right.
a website for the first whole year of business. Like I didn't even have a
Right.
website, and so then I started investing in all that stuff. So just to answer your question, man, I mean you can start however you want. I started because I needed to start and I didn't have any money going. So I just did all the cleans myself.
I feel like a lot of us are like that too. Like I started because I needed the money, obviously. Nobody's like, "Oh, I want to go clean." I actually started cleaning homes. Once I learned that I could make, like $600 in a day cleaning two houses with another person, I was like, "Why the fuck was I bartending the last 15 years?" Like, what? I can have my nights to sleep. And I think in the first year we hit multiple six figures in
It's
revenue.
crazy.
It literally changed my life.
That's crazy.
I had went through a really bad breakup. I was going through some really tough times back
And
at my
being a
dad.
bartender, that's tough. I know some bartenders that like they're working all the time. They
Oh
never
my
get to
god.
sleep. They don't have no
We would
normal
start
schedule.
work at, like, I'd have to be there at 11, the bar closed at 4, and then I was going to school during the day. It was really rough, but once I learned, holy shit, I can go clean a house, and then, oh my god, I can clean commercial accounts. I'm like, this is it. Like, I should have been doing this my whole life.
Yeah, it's a good industry. So I think yeah, definitely if you're thinking about it now, I would dive into it if I were.
Oh yeah, 100%. And definitely guys, don't miss the opportunity to meet us in Miami, Florida. We're going to be there on the 15th and the 16th of August. We do have, oh, you're welcome. So we really appreciate it. Also, everybody that's on this live, please go and subscribe to Daniel's YouTube channel. What is it called, Daniel?
Including Blueprint group. Yeah, I mean, we give a ton of free info on there.
Yeah. Definitely go give him a subscription. Please hit the like button on this live, you guys, so that we can get pushed out to more people. And absolutely, link up with Luke and Daniel if you guys are interested in getting some more commercial cleaning leads. There will be a link in the description of this video where you can book a call with him. But also come see us in person, come network, come learn,
Vacation out to Miami.
yeah, take a little vacay, take a little 3, 4 day trip, and let's talk some business. We will have the ticket link in the description of this video and the previous live that we were just on. And if you want to learn more about Daniel as well, he has an amazing Facebook group called The Commercial Cleaning Blueprint, where you can read everybody's, past experience with the sales team and the mentorship that him and Luke are offering. But we're really excited to see you guys. Do you have like 10 more minutes, Daniel, or you gotta go?
Yeah, I'm about to get on a meeting here in a
No, that's
minute,
fine.
but
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we've
good. It
been
was
on for
good.
an hour.
Yeah, it was
Absolutely.
good talking to you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course, you guys. And we look forward to seeing you guys. We'll definitely be popping in and doing a live once a week up until the event. So we look forward to talking to you. Make sure to grab your tickets. We do have the virtual tickets that I just put on the website. Again, they are just slightly lower than the in person event tickets, and we will see you there. Bye, everybody.